Hey there guys, this is Chris with Blast Process with a second guide for Train Fever. This is going to be showing you how to connect the long distance train links between cities. So the last guide I showed you how to link a city together using bus stops with the train station as its hub using the bus station, and I've repeated it down here at this city. This is a different one. This is just a loop pattern. The last one was a figure of 8. As you can see, they are both making a profit. These are pretty much guaranteed profits, bus routes are. So eventually I'll repeat this at every one around the city. But what you're going to do now is we're going to link these two bus routes together. Now I could make a bus route that goes all the way down here. It would take forever and it probably wouldn't make that much profit. So instead this is where you use trains. Now this one already has a train station there. I'm going to build another train station down here. This train station though, we only need one line for this train station, and it is going to go like so, next to the bus station as last time. And what you're going to do now is, because I showed you last time, we're going to use the contour lines. Now I chose these two cities because there's a nice straight route between them both. The only catch is you have to avoid the roads, as the roads cause the terrain to kind of be locked in place. So you cannot use the train. So you're going to see that you've got 120. That means down this line, trains cannot go faster than 120. Which is good, because that's kind of the top speed, to be honest. So you just want to stick to the roads. Keep it smooth, keep it flat, keep it straight. Or as straight as possible, at least. And you'll see when you're crossing roads, you have to hit them at a specific angle, or as close to square as you can. Now what's going to happen is it's going to cost quite a lot to make this crossing, because all those white spots is where the road is going to get changed. The terrain around the road is going to get altered, but that's fine, it's not that big a deal. The money, so oh, there's a bit of a. So it costs money to create the different terrain elevations, but there's not much we can do about that. So now we've got to kind of cross this road here. So you just keep moving your altering it, trying to get it right. Early on the trains have got a very low top speed. Don't worry about trying to keep everything to 120, but doing that now will make things much easier for you in the future. And there we go. So we have a train link now between the two cities. So now you're going to want to put in a depot. Now the depots can be a bit of an issue trying to get them to actually go in properly. The best way I found is just to build a temporary one, put it on the end of here. You can always move it later on when you need to. So we're going to create a train line now. So new line. So this is easy, this one. It's just point to point. 2 lines. Now, you need to now make a guess. How big do you need your train to be? How many people do you think you're going to move from city to city? Early on, I would suggest to use the one and only train you have available and the one and only passenger coach you have available. I will put 4 on. Now what's going to happen is you're going to have to now keep an eye on this train, and you're going to need to watch and see. It's either going to fill. Now obviously there's no passengers at the station, it's only just been built, but passengers are going to start collecting at stations. You need to keep an eye on it. You need to figure out how long it takes the train to move from station to station, and how many passengers build up at the station in that time. So the first few trips it's not going to be obvious. You need to kind of wait for the train line to really kick in, and obviously if there's a guy who lives down here who wants to go to the station, he first has to get the bus. My dog's going crazy down there. So obviously it's going to take this guy a while to get to that station, even though we might want to go there right now. So we just need to give it time. They will start collecting up at stations, and then what you want to do is keep an eye on the train and either add or remove coaches as it is needed. Having a smaller train makes the train move faster. It keeps the upkeep costs down. So if you're constantly leaving a station half full, you want to be making your train smaller. If you're constantly leaving the station and there's still 50 passengers stood on this platform, you want to make your train bigger. Try not to have lots of trains running the line. It causes problems in the long run. You need crossover points everywhere. It's much easier just to have one larger train. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording here. I'm going to leave time running for a bit. I'm going to see if so as you can see, this is not making any money because the upkeep is way more than the money, because it's just no one's riding it at the moment. So the 2 bus lines are making enough money to cover the balance for now at least. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording. We're going to wait for a bit. I'm going to see how many passengers start to build up at the stations, and then we'll adjust the train accordingly to make the maximum amount of money. Okay, so a little bit of time has passed. While I was waiting, I've set up a bus route in this town now. This is a little bit of an odd-shaped town because of the quite a large section with the single bridge separating them. That one's going to start making money over time. So let me just pause it because the train's about to arrive at the station. So we can see people are starting to build platforms. There's 13 guys on that platform, 15 on this platform. So when I have a look at the train, so the train can carry 24 people. It's currently only carrying 10. So when it arrives here, it's going to drop those 10 off and it's going to pick up 15. That means there's still going to be 10 spaces on board this train. So we'll see in a second. So that means we could probably drop a carriage off it. I believe the carriage is control 6 each. 18 now, so the train is picked up. So the train's got space on board for 6 more people, so I could get rid of a carriage. But what's going to happen is, I'm going to look at this platform. This platform has 14, so if this, 16, 16. So this actually might be about roughly the right amount. So obviously, we know that this train can hold 24 people. We don't want it to be leaving the platform full, and we don't want it to be leaving the platform empty. We want it to be leaving like this, just below full, because this means it's basically picked up absolutely everything from the platform, but it's not carrying any extra weight, extra coaches. Now, this is picking up now 19 people here. Yeah, I think 4 carriages seems to be roughly the right number. So what's going to happen is over time, you're just going to want to keep an eye on it. 20, it went up to 20 then. You want to keep an eye on it over time. You'll see if the platform starts to build. 22, 23. Okay, so it's going to be leaving just full. I may have to add an extra carriage on there. 13 down there. So let's have a look. It was 22 people. So it's roughly running about right. It might even be making money now. It is indeed making money. Now, as you can see, in that one jump from down there and then back, it is making more money than either of my bus lines are. I'll just go and stop the dog in a sec. So it could probably make a little bit more money if I dropped the carriage off, but if I did that, then it'd be leaving this station and people would still be there. I may have to add another carriage onto it at some point. 20 people. 20, yeah, I'm going to have to add another carriage. So I'll show you how you do that. So what you do is, we want to buy a train, and we're going to just buy one of them. Now, you're not going to be able to do it because there's no train on that. You're not going to be able to assign that. You have to bring this train back to there before you can do that. And I'll show you the best way of doing that without compromising the line's profit. So we'll have a look at Anna. So the next episode, I'm going to show you about the cargo lines. It's a little bit odd how they work. It's doesn't work quite the way you'd expect. It took me a while to figure it out, especially after the way it's worked in previous transport games like this. So this is left, and there's still 10 people. I might have to add another 2 or 3 carriages. In fact, I'm going to add an extra 2 just to be sure. Become incredibly popular, this line. In fact, we're already at 25, not even there yet. Yeah, I'm going to add an extra 2 carriages, I think. So what you need to do, you need to be really, really quick. So we're going to select the train. You select line, and it's there. Go to depot. Now the problem is, if I send it to depot now, it'll take all those passengers with it. Don't want that. We want it to be empty at the depot. So as it comes to the station, I'm going to turn the time down because the timing is critical here. Especially depending on, I mean, the depot at the moment is just on the end of the train line here, so it's not that big a deal. But depending on how you end up laying out your line, and as this station is kind of going to be my hub station, centre of the map, this depot is going to have to move. And I'll show you a better way of doing that another time. So here we go, it's coming in. So I'm going to pause it. Now we need to keep an eye on it. We need to wait for it to empty. See it there. Okay, so it's emptying out. And you go to depot. So there's no passengers on board. They're all at the station. There's 37 people now. So that's 6, I believe it's 6 carriage people each. That's going to need 7 carriages to carry all 37 people. So I'm going to have to add an extra 3 carriages. What are we looking like down here? 29. Do you know what? Yeah, I think I'm going to have 7 carriages on this. Now I could have 2 trains identical to this. Let's see if we can speed up time. Right, so we're going to go by train and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 7. I'm going to put that one up. So that's 8 carriages on this train. And then we're going to put him back on line 1. Now the upkeep on those carriages is nowhere near the upkeep on the train. So let's see if we might even be able to see. Yeah, so the running cost of a carriage is 16k a year. The train is 120. That means those 8 carriages have the same upkeep as that 1 train. So having an extra train would, basically, if I had 2 trains of 4 instead of 1 train of 8, it'd be double the upkeep for no extra passenger capability. 8 though is probably the limit if that's the case. So this should be full, I think. 35 out of 48. I probably didn't need that one. A 42 probably would have done it, but it doesn't matter. So this train now should be making plenty of money. So profits across the board. Not me, no. Well, 182 a year is not bad. Obviously, the best way. They're not making a massive amount of profit, but you keep expanding your bus lines all the way through. Over time, they'll make you tons of money. So next guide will be the basics of supply and demand, or rather, in this game, demand and demand. So I'll see you next time.